A very warm welcome to you all. So before moving to your exercise 2.1 of polynomial, firstly you should learn some basic concept regarding polynomial such as variables, terms, coefficient and degree of a polynomial. So friends, what are the polynomials? So polynomials are sum of several terms that contains different powers of same variables. Okay. So there can be more than one variable also. Okay. So what are these? I am explaining. So what is the meaning of this variable? So friends, variable are a kind of changing expression that changes as per the question. Okay. So in an equation, you will find there is constant multiplied into variables. Okay. So suppose given is 5x. Okay. Suppose you have 5x. So 5x is what? 5 is constant and x is variable. Okay. So as your variables value will change, this expression's value will also change. Okay. Suppose if x is 1, then this will be 5 only, because your constant is not changing. Constant is permanent for your given problem, but as you changes the variable, your overall value will change. And when you put x is equals to 2, that is your variables become 2, this whole value will become 5 into 2 will be what? 10. Okay, I hope you are getting together. Okay, this can also be square, cube and more powers can also be possible. Okay, so this is nothing but your variable. So variable will be changing according to your situation and according to the value of x. If x is equals to 3, then this will become 15. Okay, so I have explained you in this way. So friends, there can also be more than one variable also. Okay, so there can also be more than one variable. How? Suppose if a equation is given x square plus y square plus x y z. Okay, so here are how many variables? Can you count? There are 3 variables. Okay, x is another variable, y is another variable and this z is another variable. Okay, so more than one variable can also be possible. So here is 3. Now you will tell me p cube plus q square. So how many variables are there in this equation? That is p cube plus q square. So there are 2 variables. One is p, another one is q. Okay, so there are 2 variables. So we have seen how an algebraic expression contains one constant and one variable, and in the polynomial there can be more than one variable also. Now we should understand what is not a polynomial. So an algebraic expression where the exponent means what? Power of a number. So exponent of p is 3, exponent of q is 2. Okay, so exponent means power. So the power of q is 2, so exponent of q is also 2. So power or exponent both are same thing. So algebraic expressions where exponents of the term is not a whole number. I hope you know what is whole number. So whole number cannot be negative. Okay, and in not a decimal one also. Okay, so algebraic expression where the exponent of a term is not a whole number. Okay, so they will be not a polynomial. So not polynomial. For example, are you able to see the equation? So for example, y plus 1 upon y is not a polynomial. Why? See friends, so here you can consider 1 upon y. Here y to the power 1 you can consider, because y to the power 1 is y only. So suppose this equation is given y plus 1 upon y. Okay, so here y to the power is given 1. Okay, so when this denominator comes to the numerator, its power become minus 1. Okay, so this is not a polynomial. Why not a polynomial? Because here y to the power minus 1 is given. Okay, and minus 1 is not a whole number. It is integer but not a whole number. Okay, that is why this y plus 1 upon y will not be your polynomial. So where powers are given in whole numbers such as 3, 2 or this 2, okay, or 1, anything that is not in minus or points, so that will consider as your whole number. So power is given in whole number, then that will be considered your polynomial. Okay, so this is not a polynomial. Now moving to your next concept, that is what is terms. What is terms? So terms is what, friend? An equation is given. Suppose an equation is given 3y plus y square. Okay, so in this equation how many terms are there? So there are 2 terms. Okay, one is 3y, another one is y square. Okay, are you able to understand? So there are 2 terms. So in an equation there can be one terms also, two terms also, three terms also. So when there is a two terms, it is called what? It is called binomial. Okay, binomial. Suppose if something is given as 5x, so 5x is what? One term is only, because 5x is in the multiplication only, so this is one term, 5x. So 5x is what? Is monomial. Monomial. Okay, so they are type of polynomial. Now another one can be, suppose if a equation is given 4x cube plus 13x plus 1. So this is what? There are three terms. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so three terms will be called as trinomial. Trinomials. I hope you are getting my point. One more thing I want to tell you. Suppose, see, this is equation where 3y plus y square is given. Okay, so this equation will be called as polynomial in variable y. Okay, so this is a polynomial, but the variable is y only. Okay, y is what? Y some variable is given in the equation, so this is y variable. Here this will be x, here also this will be x. Okay, so now moving to your next concept, that is coefficient. So what is coefficient, friends? So in each terms of a polynomial there will be a coefficient. Okay, so suppose a equation is given 5x square. So what is the coefficient of this term? So coefficient will be 5. Okay, so the constant that is multiplied with that variable, that will consider as your coefficient. And what will be the coefficient of 3y cube? So here coefficient will be 3. Okay, suppose if a equation is given only q. Okay, q plus q square. Suppose such kind of equation is given. So what will be the coefficient of q? So coefficient of q will be 1. And what will be the coefficient of q square? Here also 1, because 1 is not written, but if any term is multiplied by 1, the value will be same only. Okay, so be considered as 1 only. So the coefficient of q will be 1. Moving to your another concept, that is what a degree of a polynomial. So what is degree of a polynomial? So degree is nothing, friend, but the highest power in a polynomial. Okay, so highest power in a polynomial. For example, if an equation I will take 5y to the power 6 minus 8y square minus 8. So what will be the highest power in this polynomial? So highest power you will see here, 5y to the power 6 minus 8y square minus 8. So highest power will be what? 6 only. Highest power will be 6, and that will be your degree. So here the degree will be 6 only. I hope you are getting my point. Okay, now the degree can be further divided. Okay, so degree can be further divided as three types. Okay, so what are the three types? So one is linear polynomial. So what is linear polynomial? So linear polynomial is such polynomial where the degree is 1. For example, 3x plus 1. Okay, so 3x plus 1 is linear polynomial. Why linear polynomial? Because the degree of that polynomial is 1. So here x to the power what? Nothing is written, so you can assume that x to the power 1 is written. Okay, so if x to the power 1 is written, that means that polynomial has a degree 1, and hence it is called linear polynomial. Another one will be quadratic. So what are the quadratic polynomial? So where the degree of the variable will be 2 only. Suppose if a equation is given 5y square plus 13y plus 8. If this equation is given, so you can see the polynomial have y as variable. Okay, so what is the maximum power, highest power of the variable y? So highest power of variable y is 2 only. Okay, so 5y square plus 13y plus 8, so here will be 2. So a polynomial where the degree is 2, that will be called as quadratic polynomial. Another one will be called cubic polynomial. So what is cubic polynomial, friends? So cubic polynomial is where the degree of the polynomial is 3 only. Suppose if 6y cube is given. Okay, so here the maximum degree is what? 3 only. Okay, so if a polynomial has highest degree as 3, then that polynomial be considered as cubic polynomial. I hope you understand these concepts. Now I assume that you understood each and every concept that I have discussed with you. Okay, so now your whole exercise 2.1 as shown in your screen will be very much easy for you, and you will tell me the answer of these questions. Okay, even without explaining. First question is in front of you. So which of the following expressions are polynomial in one variable? Okay, so what the question is saying? Question is saying polynomial in one variable. Now, so first equation is in front of you, 4x square minus 3x plus 7. So this is one variable. Okay, why one variable? because here only one variable, that is x, is given everywhere. Okay, so if there would be 4x square minus 3y plus 7, then at that condition this would be a two variable polynomial. But here only one variable, that is x, is given, so this equation is one variable polynomial. Okay, so now moving to your second question. So here only one variable, that is y, is given, so this is one variable polynomial. Okay, now moving to your third question. So here under root t is multiplied with 3. So under root t means what? Variable has a power half. So the variable t will have a power 1 upon 2. And you know, if a variable has power that is not a whole number, then that equation itself will not be considered as polynomials. Okay, so forget about one variable, two variable. This is not a polynomial itself because the powers are not a whole number. So it is very much understandable. Now fourth question, y plus 2 upon y is given. So here 2 upon y means what? Y will have a power 1 only, okay, but it is in denominator. But when you take that y to the numerator, then its power become minus 1. I hope this much you know. So if a variable have power that is not a whole number, that is from 0 to infinite, then that expression will not be considered as polynomial. So there is no question about one variable. This is not a polynomial itself because its power is, so the variable has a power that is in minus 1. Okay, and minus 1 is what? Not a whole number. I think this much you know. Now moving to your fifth question. So fifth question, you can see there are lot of variables in this expression. So variables such as x, y and t are there. So variable means they will vary as per their values changes. So this will have a not a one variable polynomial. This is a three variable polynomial. I hope you understood. Now we are going to solve your question number 2 from exercise 2.1. So the question is, write the coefficient of x square. Okay, so be careful. Question is asking about coefficient of x square. So x square is your variable and coefficient will be your constant, that is multiplied with your variable x square. So in the first equation you can see x square is only x square, but you can assume there would be 1 because 1 is everywhere, because if 1 is multiplied with x square, its value will be unchanged, like value will not be changed, so we can assume 1. Similarly in the second question, the x square, the variable x square has a negative sign. Okay, here also everything will be same, but the that is the sign will be in negative. Why negative? Because the whole variable x square is carrying a negative sign. Okay, now moving to your third question. So x square variable have a coefficient pi by 2. So don't confuse with pi by 2. Pi by 2 is a constant term because pi has a fixed value, that is 3.14. Okay, so pi is a fixed value and hence pi by 2 is your coefficient of x square. I hope you understood. Now moving to your fourth question. So be careful. Here no variable x square is written, only x is written. So if there is no x square variable is there, so how will you find the coefficient of x square? So hence there will be no coefficient of x square in the fourth question. Now moving to your third question of your exercise. So third question, you can give an example of binomial of degree 35 and of a monomial of degree 100. You can write anything that comes in your mind, that will be your answer. But that binomial means there would be two terms. Okay, and that binomial will have a degree of 35. Now in the second part there would be a mononomial. Mononomial means there would be only one term, and that degree would be 100. So you can write anything that comes in your mind in your examination if this question is asked. So now we are discussing question number 4. Actually I discussed this but camera was off, and that is why I am explaining you again. So you have to write the degree of each of the polynomial. So degree of each of the polynomial will be the highest power of that polynomial, of that expression. You have to write it as your degree. So in the first question, so 3 will be your degree, and in the fourth question, maximum, that is the highest degree of the expression y is 2. And similarly in the third question, t will have power 1 because 1 is not written anywhere, so we can consider it as 1. So t will have 1 as its degree. And in the fourth question there is no such variable is written, so what about degree? So there would be 0. I hope you understood these things. Now moving to your fifth question. So in the fifth question that I have discussed you how the degree of a polynomial can be classified as linear, quadratic and cubic polynomial. So in the first question, the maximum power of the term x is 2 only. So 2 is what? So this will be quadratic polynomial. Okay. Here the maximum power of the variable x is 3. So this will be cubic polynomial. Similarly here 2. Maximum power of y is 2. So this will be your quadratic polynomial. And in the fourth there is only x. So you can consider as x to the power 1 is written because there will be no effect. So this would be linear polynomial. Here also only t is written. So t to the power 1 we can assume because value will be unchanged after considering t to the power 1 only. So this will also a linear polynomial. Now here maximum value of r is 2. So you can write it as quadratic polynomial. We are classifying these things on the basis of power of the given polynomial. Okay. Now in the seventh question, maximum power is 3. So you will write cubic polynomial. Okay. I hope these questions were helpful to you and you understood the basic concept as well. Only request is you have to share it with your friends so that this quality content reaches to everyone. Okay. That is only humble request from my side. So we will meet again with exercise 2.2. Till then, happy learning. Bye bye.